Alright, what up? So today is going to be a really short video. It was just super simple, and there was not much to it, so shoot, let me reset all this. Here, let me just delete all this because I don't want to do all my levels. Okay, so this was created after the 9 a.m. candle closed, so this wasn't even here right when market opened, and then we had a low all the way down here, and then this high was here. All of these were like equal highs, and then this was the next high. This fair value gap was already tapped. And on ES, pretty much the same, except this is a little higher. We had a high time frame SMT. Then there was PMI. This is a PMI candle. This fair value gap, same thing with this low, was created after the 9 a.m. candle closed. Alright, let's get into it. So we had a huge move down. PMI, let me reload this. I did not know Trump was speaking today. So this actual greater than forecast by a lot is good for currency, bad for ES. Like, as we can see, that was really bad. Caused, let's see how big. Almost 1% just in a 5-minute candle. So that happened. Market opened on this next candle. Right there, market's open. From here, I was open to going short because we were filling in this imbalance, and we had that high time frame SMT. But from there, we did not get too much. There was nothing to create SMTs off of. This was not tapped. I think we created an equal low, and if it was tapped, I missed that. Bro, I don't know. That's like equal to the T. Anyways, ES was a little lower, but that didn't matter. We were still respecting a bunch of bullish order flow. We had this. This was not an SMT, and I was expecting, since we had such a large recovery, I was expecting to go down into a 15-minute fair value gap. But this wasn't even created yet, so I was still open to the 5-minute, but I would prefer a 15-minute fair value gap for a long. ES was still down here, but on the 5-minute, we ended up respecting bullish order flow still. So we hit equilibrium on the 5-minute like that. Here, I don't like that. There, now you can see better. Barely tapped it, kept respecting it. Here, nothing. That's why I was not taking a trade yet. I was kind of hesitating, but since we were so close, I was considering taking like an inverse fair value gap up there, but I wasn't going to take it because I was only going to wait for an A plus setup, especially because we're also still pretty close to all-time highs. And then I was fiending to take a trade, but I've also been on like a 4-trade win streak, so I'm not trying to ruin that just by some stupid mistake. So waiting. And then this is kind of cheap, but I mean, I guess not cheap, but I don't usually do this. We had this move up, and then this move down. We ended up filling 5-minute equilibrium. Then from there I went, bruh, please don't do this to me. Hold up. Bro, are you serious? Come on. Okay, so I'm waiting. Boom. There's our break of structure. I was going to wait for the 2 1-minute confluences. There we go. Now all I wanted was a continuation. And at this point, ES was still also respecting bullish order flow. So that's why I was like, it's pretty obvious we're just gonna hit this high. It's right here. So going, we have fair value gaps created. Still going. Boom, there's our move down into the fair value gaps. I could have considered it a fair value gap entry, but I just marked out equilibrium because there's more than one fair value gap. I just prefer seeing that. Down, up, and then I was actually working, so I wasn't on my phone right here, so I missed that entry. I could have taken that because we were still in bullish order flow. Even though we inverse this top one, we still have this bottom one to continue, and we got a reaction. So here's a potential long. Would have just done that right below the first candle that created this fair value gap that I'm aiming off of. But since I missed that, move down, move up, and we actually broke structure again. After that inverse, I would consider it, but again, you can't break twice, so whatever. And I still missed that, so it was whatever. It ended up helping me out though, because I entered somewhere in this move down. Hang on. Bro, come on. Hang on, I'm checking my phone. So 23, 941, 75. Bet. And then I don't remember if I had my stop right here or if I had my stop right here. Either way, this one would have been stronger, just like a better stop, better placement for a stop. But we literally hit take profit in like 2 minutes. Boom. Super simple, super easy. I only made like $90 on that trade because the move was like tiny. Made like $90.40, but after today, that makes it like a 5 winning trade streak. But I lost on Tuesday, but then I came back and won double. So I'm just going to count that as like a green day, a winning day. And just going to count that to my streak because I know I keep talking about last month, but last month was like really hard, and I'm glad that we're out of that and freaking doing better. And by we, I mean me. And I'm proud of myself for right now. I've been back testing like a freaking good boy, and just my win rate's going up crazy. My win rate went up like 15 or 20% within the last few months, which is really great. So that's it for today. There was no other highs. There was a massive fair value gap above all that. So I didn't even bother going for anything crazier. Plus, we also ended up later in the day just coming back down to fill all this imbalance. All right. That's it. Peace.